What's going on, everybody? Listen, the new Season 5 trailer just dropped. It's coming out. I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. Let's get into it. Let's go watch it. Here's what we're going to do. I got Big Boss Bro Adam Drake joining us.
What up, what up? Good to see you.
I got Baby Nepo Bro Sam Jenkins joining us.
Hey, Baby Nepo Bro.
I got our, fitness bodybuilder bro, Willie Mellina.
6'1", 175 pounds, Waco, Texas. God is big enough. Thank you, everyone.
And we got our BG bald bro, Mitch Hudson.
That's me. Good to see you guys.
Sir.
What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Before we get any further, let's do it. Come on. Adam Drake, hit play.
All right.
You must know something. I do believe that Jesus is most likely the Messiah.
Why?
Why what?
Why do you believe that?
I've seen too much.
Then why are you doing this?
I suppose I have not seen enough.
Oh! Let's go.
Let's go.
That's Johnny Cash.
Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. You can run on for a long time.
My house should be called the house of prayer, but you make it a den of thieves! By what authority are you doing these things? My own!
He said it. He said it.
Let's go.
He just flipped a table. That's two
Flipping
tables.
tables. Confirmed.
Jesus operates entirely outside our jurisdiction.
What the heck is that?
Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees! Stop this at once!
The world is changing, and Jesus offers a vision to redeem it.
He's not the Messiah!
Telling that God's gonna cut you down.
Declaring yourself a sovereign. Rome will descend on us all!
Let's go.
The Pharisees are plotting to arrest Jesus of Nazareth.
I want peace, just like you. If you go through with this, our alliance is over.
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
He's talking from within of his own followers.
Go and tell that midnight rider.
City's on edge. If you succeed, I'll be the one left to pick up the pieces.
Go tell that long-tongued liar.
I ask you to keep your distance from me in Jerusalem these next few days.
Why?
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Yes.
You serpents! How will you escape being condemned to hell?
What have you done?
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Oh, dude. A 3-part theatrical experience. I'm ready.
Does anybody else know what March 28th is?
No.
NCAA tournament.
It's my 28th birthday.
Oh, Ben Stockton. For your birthday.
Right, we know what we're doing for my birthday.
Let's go.
All right.
Does the Brosen all get together to watch the new episodes with Ben for his birthday?
For free?
Who's going to foot Willie's bill?
Yeah.
First reactions, guys. First reactions. Let's hear it.
That looks
incredible.
Ben, you are the only one actually out of the 5 of us on this right now. We worked on this past season. You didn't get a chance to work on this past season with us. So for you, I know a lot of this you're seeing for the very first time.
Yes. I want to hear
What
Benji.
do you think?
honestly, incredibly jealous. Incredibly jealous. Immediately, I was like, "It's gonna sting. It's gonna sting tonight when I'm going to bed." No, I'm gonna be thinking about that one. But it looked incredible, especially the second half. It gives a little bit of Dune Part 2 vibes with the fire and a little bit of things going on, a little religious wars. I'm in. All he needs is a leather, little hat. And yeah, it would be incredible.
What's the image that you're just like that's stuck in your brain from that whole trailer?
The wine looked pretty good. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry.
I was like, what do you mean? That's fun.
I think honestly the most powerful image was him with the whip, because it's like Dad's not happy. Dad is not happy. No, he is not.
Yeah, this is not Sunday school Jesus. This is the rough and tumble Jesus. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like we're entering a very exciting phase of Christian content right now with like the House of David trailer had all that action in it. Now this season 5 trailer for The Chosen is just like explosions and tables flipping.
Johnny Cash?
Johnny Cash?
That's something new.
I love that song so much, and it is so fitting for that trailer. I like the overall feel, and they paused it right at the right moments to get a line in, and then
Sooner
come back with
it. Cooks you down. It's so good,
dude. I want to watch it 7 more times.
I think the big fear was that the trailer song would be too cliche because it shows up in a lot of other trailers, like Logan, for example. But like, who?
That was 8 years ago.
Who cares?
Well, but also the one in Logan is "Hurt Myself Today."
Right, it's a different song. Yeah.
I hurt myself.
Yeah.
Today. We'll use that for the. We'll use that for the. We'll use that for the crucifixion season.
Yeah.
That would be so wild.
All right, Willie. First response from the trailer.
Yeah, Johnny Cash, man, that's a major step up. So many of my favorite trailers of The Chosen, they've taken some really great old spiritual, hymn that they've just add this new touch to it that is awesome. It's a level up with Johnny Cash. I'm not mad about it at all. The shot of, shout out to Mitch, the incredible stunt scene, the candelabra horizontal, walking that way through with the flame. Mary Mother with her little beat. That little section right there where it was like, why? Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was so my first response in general is, having worked on it, got to see some great images from the season on the day. I felt like I have not seen any of it. It was so good, and you level up with Johnny Cash, and obviously the stakes are leveling up as it is.
Yeah.
It was really neat, that scene with Jesus and the women and all the women. I don't feel like I remember that scene. Was it a short scene?
We shot that in Utah. It was it was a long scene, but it was one night.
Texas, actually. Did
we shoot that in Texas?
We shot it on a stage in Texas.
Oh, you're right. I forgot we flipped that
built to look like the space in Utah.
The season before it was in Utah. Then this past
same
season, we had to build it
space as Lazarus's house.
Akis was showing off right there for sure. Obviously there's a candle in there. Shocking.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, he's showing off for all of these. But dude, there's something The Chosen hasn't got to do much so far, but that's coming this season and next. Is the action, is like Mitch was talking about. Just there's so much, it's not just dialogue, just all this ramp up of like what's coming, and so there's so much. I love that they cut basically an action trailer. Just feels so epic.
Yeah,
it's my jam for sure.
That profile, medium wide on Jesus, like hips up, and he's standing there, boom. Before the whole, like Ben was talking about, before the whip, like, oh my God, it's just the cinematic state. It's just great, and then lots of Shmuel.
Lots of Judas too. Like I love that we started with Judas and then we ended with Judas, and there was so much Judas, and it was like this is cool. Yeah, I
mean, honestly, it's this is no disrespect meant at all to the other disciples, but I do think that in general, I think Judas is the most interesting disciple because he does betray Jesus, right? It's a tragedy. He's the tragic disciple. Yeah. And so starting and ending with Judas in this trailer, and honestly weaving a lot of it throughout. The whole setup of the trailer being that he's like, I believe that he's most likely the Messiah. I've seen enough. And he's like, well, why are you so betraying him? And he's like, I guess I haven't seen enough. Gosh, dude, it's just so
shout
powerful.
out to Luke. His performance this season,
beautiful.
If it's okay, we got a Brosen co-star right here.
Hey, what's up, Elliot?
Hey, what's up, Brosen co-star L? Come on,
Brosen co-star.
Yeah, you say you have chosen the Brosen.
Yeah, we're chosen the Brosen.
Oh wow, so good. That's awesome.
For our audience at home, she did not actually say that. That was Willie.
That's crazy. He's a good actor. Sam, what was your first kind of response, takeaway from this?
I mean, it's awesome. I saw this when the blue screen was in the background, like the very first test of the trailer. And
all right, Nepo baby.
Nepo baby. Just Nepo meter, just climbing.
Show me the trailer, Father. I desire to see it.
Oh, Father.
Father, I want to see the trailer before they do.
Bring me the trailer now.
Father, I said Johnny Cash. I want Johnny Cash in the trailer, Father.
I don't want another hymn. Give me a Johnny Cash song.
The hymns are boring. Use Johnny Cash. Thank you, Papa.
Papa.
No, I saw it. I saw it when we didn't have the Rise of Johnny Cash yet, and I was like, "Did we freaking get Johnny Cash right?" He's like, and of course, Dallas being Dallas was like, "No, but there's probably a fan over at Johnny Cash headquarters, whatever video," and he's like, "We'll for sure get him."
Yeah,
and that's Dallas
and sure enough.
Confidence, and sure enough.
Perfect. I agree with what you're saying so much, Adam, of just it is cut like an action trailer. I feel like it's just really exciting to kind of see how much the show has grown over time and to see how the scale has grown. I mean, even in some of these rooms, like when you're seeing Judas and Caiaphas talking in that room, even at the beginning, it's like the room is big. It's big, and we've never seen it before, and it's different. And then you see Pilate in his space later on, and it's a big room and a big space, and it's different. And then, of course, all of the sequences like that where you're out in the temple space and there's hundreds of people just look and feel huge. It feels like we're stepping into, a massive world. I know it's like the tagline of the trailer where they say the table is set, but it does feel like finally, after 4 seasons, now this is season 5, it feels like all the chess pieces have all arrived. Like the table is genuinely set for what is about to happen.
And it does. It very much gives like later seasons of, which is crazy to say this out loud, for those curious and those probably at home who know who Justin Overlander is. When we were filming season 1, Justin Overlander was like, our goal is to make The Chosen essentially the Christian version of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Right.
All right.
Sure.
I mean,
okay. Well, good for you. Yeah.
Actor classman for professional filmmaker Justin Overlander.
Yeah.
Come on. But I definitely got big later seasons of Game of Thrones vibes in this, that it's like everything is coming together. It's finally happening. Like we have known since day one what is coming, and this is unfortunately the beginning of the end. Like
that's right.
Isn't it kind of crazy how much time was taken to get here? Is like, we're not going to rush it. We're not going to push it to season 4. Season 3 is like, we're going to take our time and tell the story.
Yeah.
And the 3 of us, Adam, Mitch, and me, and hopefully Willie, are about to go do season 6 in like probably 2.5 months, where the table is not only set, it's being cleared.
It's being served.
It's being served.
It's being served.
We have now gotten to the entire point of the show was telling Jesus' story, and now we're here in the last week of his life.
Yeah, it is kind of insane. It's insane too. I think about, I was trying to get Dallas to watch Dune Part 2, and he was like, yeah, but to watch it, I'd have to watch Dune Part 1. And I heard it's not quite as good, so I don't know if I want to see it. I want to watch a 2.5-hour movie to prepare for this. And I was like, yeah, says the guy who makes us wait till season 6 for the crucifixion, but okay.
Okay.
Okay, all right, sure. Sorry, I have to watch a movie.
Yeah. How many hours do we have to watch to get to the crucifixion on The Chosen? Like, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Speaking of Ballas Binkins, he made another appearance in this trailer. Look at that big old dude right there coming down the steps. Just smashing dudes.
He's one of the guys, he's in there stabbing. Yeah.
He's stabbing dudes. Look, that's him right there stabbing people.
Going for it. Gosh, that scene was so much fun to shoot. I want to go to, I feel like the obvious thing we need to isolate in this trailer is the shot of Jesus walking with all the people with their palm branches.
Yes, I do want to talk about this shot. Here we go.
We know it's coming. But did we see any of this in the last trailer? I feel like we didn't, right?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Maybe we did, but yeah, I mean, what a moment to just have as one aspect of this trailer, and it's one of the most massive parts of the whole show. Look at that.
And I've had the luxury of seeing this entire scene now, and you have too, Mitch.
Same.
And dude, this was filming this scene, and what was it? Maybe it was ChosenCon, but we've got to talk to some fans about it too.
Yeah.
But filming this scene was such a great, incredible experience. I think Mitch and I've talked about it before. We were just weeping during the scene, and extras were too. I mean, they're not acting. It was like we got to go back and see this, what it would have been like for real when Jesus did this. It felt like we got a moment because everybody's singing and chanting, and the disciples are all excited. I mean, it just felt like, oh, this is what it was really like. Like people were this hyped to see Jesus riding in on a donkey, and it was pretty surreal, man. It's
so true.
Really cool.
Shooting these sequences was so wild because, of course, we have 600 extras. We have, our props department had just so many palm branches. I mean, I think they technically had enough to give everyone a palm branch, but that would have been absolute mayhem. It was so hard to do a lot of these shots because you are moving through a crowd of people with palm branches. And so it's like, okay, they have to do what they have to do, but not block the camera. And so that was like a whole thing we had to figure out of like, okay, logistically, how do we move the camera through this crowd without it just being Palm Branch City? And how do we have the crowd part for the camera and then close back in afterwards? And, how do we kind of weave in and out with the camera? It was a lot of fun, but also, of course, the crowd is singing. They're singing Hosanna to Jesus. And so we had a song, and we had to make sure that everyone was on the same key. We had to make sure they were all singing it the right way. So before we would shoot these scenes, I would have a microphone, a voice of God microphone, speaker system to all the background, and I would just go, oh, and everyone would go, oh, and they would all literally sync up, and then Hosanna, and it was just so much fun.
Hosanna. We perfected it. It was like perfect. Yeah. We had it. We knew we were good. Then we did 27 takes with him singing Johnny Cash, which was a whole nother.
I wish the crowd, as he's going through, was like, tell him that God's gonna push it down. It'd be so great.
It was fun. Yeah, it was insane, and especially being involved with helping Mitch with Fan BG, seeing everyone do it every single day, over and over again, and keep that level of excitement is very, very special to watch as well.
It's so fun. Yeah.
No show in the history of the world has done something like this and had all these fans, and they all come there, and now they know it's not. Oh, it's so cool! Yeah, we did that 1,400 times.
That was also the same day where the goats got out, and we had to run around and catch different goats. And freaking
so many goats.
A goat in between Aki's legs, and he just
got it. Yeah,
yes. That was the day. That was the day I had mad respect for Aki's, because he's always been so scared of all the animals. And I'm like, dude, we've been on the show long enough now to where Aki's just grabbed a goat and boink. Held it. I was like, dude, Aki's, you just grabbed a goat. How did you do that?
You needed the goat back. I brought the goat back.
I brought the goat. Yeah, the goat.
There's some goats.
There's some goat action.
There we go. Yeah, those guys. They got free. What percentage of this trailer do you guys think? What do you think the Utah versus Texas percentage is here? It kind of feels like
a ton of Utah.
60-40, like 60% Utah. But
yeah,
this stuff is
just because all the sets is Texas, but all the exteriors is Utah. Dude, I want to talk about how it comes into this shot, though. We already had revealed the Last Supper, of course, early in the teaser. But so what's cool is I don't think we saw the table until now. We're a minute 44 into the trailer before they show this, and then it's all of them standing and waiting for Jesus. And it was like the timing on it, obviously the way Akis lit it is incredible. Like that just man, when that moment hit, it was like a whole new table for me. It was like, oh man, that's the Last Supper table again. There it is. Oh, it's so good.
So
good. That frame
is incredible.
And it's eternal.
It's so good. It is an eternal frame, and it's also cool because it does show off a lot of different people's work that I think is cool, because there's a lot of attention to detail. Like even the fact that they just have that one little chair there next to Allah, next to Simon Z, right? Like when when Jewish people would celebrate Passover, I think still to this day,
think
they would
Veggie
save a
did
seat for Elijah. They would save an extra seat for Elijah, and that was that little touch, which I never knew until we shot that scene. And they were like, I was like, why are there 14
You and me were
seats?
like, why is there another seat? I'm so confused.
Yeah, who sits there? And the props team and the set deck team was like, that's the seat for Elijah. Get educated.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Well, and Mitch and I are like, oh, my bad. My bad.
So was this accurate to the depiction of the famous paintings? Did we try to mess with that or not at all?
I think it's a combo, right? Like I know there are different thoughts about how they would have been. I know some people thought that they would have been lounging, like not up on chairs. I know we did have them up on chairs, and I think that helped us for a lot of things. And of course, I don't know that candles like that really existed back then. Like I don't think we were really doing wax prints of candles and doing that kind of stuff. So there's
I think a fun fact for the fans is that we did have a Seder dinner. Seder supper is what they call it, Seder supper. We had a specialist with us every day. And so he would tell us exactly how they did it. But he was also very forgiving, too, because, for instance, the chairs. He was like, very much, yes, they would have been sitting on the floor, not in chairs. But, of course, for the way we needed to film it, for washing the feet, all the different logistics we needed to do, it just made way more sense. And it was a lot easier and more simple for us to film it for them being in chairs. So he was very forgiving with stuff like that. But we tried to make the table as close as possible. All that stuff we tried to keep as close as possible, and he was there to kind of keep us honest with that too.
Yeah.
And can you imagine being an actor for a week, 10 hours a day for a week on your bottom on a pillow?
Yeah. Well, hey, if we never saw the chair on camera, we would sometimes give them a little pillow to actually sit on. Sam, you mentioned earlier you were talking about that you saw this trailer when it still had blue screen on it. I think it is actually kind of interesting that some of these shots here, it is cool to kind of see what has been expanded, because a lot has been expanded. Of course, this as the show has grown, we've been able to do more. And I think especially it's cool to see in those big shots with the crowd where you can kind of see where we've expanded stuff. Surprisingly, most of that is all real.
It's incredible that most of that is real. Let's be honest.
This shot is a great example of that upper left corner there.
I'm just seeing that
is blue screen. Like the crowd, most of the crowd was actually there. It really just it cuts off.
Yeah, just those people right there are fake. Yeah,
but then inside the door is real, which is funny because I feel like usually they'd be the opposite. Like usually through the doorway would be the blue screen.
Yeah, all of this is real except this little corner right here.
Yeah, it's true. It's just kind of cool to see like those little pieces. That's got blue screen back there. Yeah. Part of the columns are actually there, and then we kind of continue it and make that L shape, which is really cool. Final thoughts from everyone. One final thought about the trailer that can sort of send us off. We can all take turns.
I think it looks like an incredible season. It looks like our best season yet until season 6 comes out. And I think people are going to have an incredible time watching it in the theater. We're going to have an incredible time watching it with Ben on his birthday, if we can even make that work. And I think that this season is going to be outstanding for a theatrical experience.
That's right. That's great.
That was You're just as long-winded as your father. But anyway,
Sam's the most brief member of the Brosen, and we're just like long-winded.
Love you, Sam J.
Yeah, for sure. Mitch, what are your thoughts?
I totally agree with you, Sam. Also, you just inspired me on that, actually, Sam. Since you fans of the Brosen now know that those episodes come out on Ben's birthday, I want to do something special. I want to see pictures of you guys at the theater to watch the new episodes of The Chosen, and I want you to caption those photos. Happy birthday, Ben Stockton. We will drop Ben's @ down below when you go see the theater on opening day, because I hope you all will. I know I will. I want you guys to also say, happy birthday, Ben Stockton. The episodes were great.
Hashtag HBDBS.
And
HBD.
If you manage to find the theater that Ben is going to, we will get you a guest spot on the show.
Whoa! I don't know about that one.
We might be able to get you a T-shirt. Maybe.
That's right. Find Ben in the wild. Take a picture with him on his birthday.
My address is
Adam, what were your final thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah, final thoughts. I agree with Willie and everybody. Dude, Johnny Cash and that trailer, that's our most epic trailer we've made. And I think that this season, season 5, will be our best season. I remember the first time I read season 5, and I was blown away by the scripts. Again, after 6 years. And I was like, these scripts are so good. They're so attached to the Bible this time because it's Holy Week. But man,
finally,
but they're still, yeah, finally.
Yeah.
But what's great is there's so much scripture in it this time, yet it still gives you that like cat and mouse. You're still like not sure what's going to happen next. It still kind of teases it, and then you're still surprised. So anyway, yeah.
You know what's so interesting to me, Adam? I think you can confirm this is true or not. I noticed in the season 5 scripts that all the lines that are based off of scripture are in bold. Is that true?
Correct.
Yeah. So every line that is from scripture quoted is actually in bold, and I think there was a lot of that when we were reading it for the first time. Because I remember
season 5 was loaded with scripture. Like that's what's cool too, is it's loaded with scripture, but it still feels almost surprising. It feels like you didn't know it was coming. Like that, and the writers in Dallas did such a great job of that.
I actually never read the scripts going in. I always go in to do like Mitch and Adam give me their background breakdown information of what I need to do. I don't ever read the scripts. I kind of go through it and see what the characters are because I need to know stand-in information, how many BG there are. But I'm not really reading the dialogue. I see who has dialogue and who needs to be in the scene. But I kind of like going in blind, unless I have to, unless it's like who needs a stand-in, who has the most dialogue. Yeah. But I like to keep it a little bit surprising too. I'm like, oh, when did we shoot this? When is this in there? So,
all right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Follow us on Patreon. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We're back on there, baby. I'm gonna keep posting. It's gonna be great. But follow us next week. We got some exciting guests coming up. Season 2 is gonna be real good with what we got cooking. Thank you for choosing the Brosen. We out.
What an outro!
Incredible.
Hey guys, thanks again for checking us out on the Brosen. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We're so happy to have you. We'll see you again really soon.